Yes, welcome to your program Development Zone. We'll celebrate achievers, unveil the core potential of the nation, and also celebrate those who have contributed immensely to the business of our country. Today on the program, we'll be talking politics and we'll be chatting with distinguished Senator Neda Imaseun from Edo State. He'll be unveiling to us his view about who is going to become the next Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and one or two national issues. Sit back, relax. I'll be right back.
My views as to who becomes the Senate President, well, I think it's an event that occurs every 4 years for the Parliament to determine its principal officers. That includes the President of the Senate, his deputy, and other principal officers, as well as the clerk of the Federal House of Representatives and other principal offices. So this event of the 10th Senate is also not different from what happened in the 9th Senate. So my view about it is that as a senator-elect from a Edo South Senatorial District under the Labour Party, what we are looking for is an individual who can lead, an individual who is forthright, an individual who will be able to marshal the points or the issues facing this country right now, and to be able to lead the Senate as a whole in finding solutions to the problems that affects us as a nation. That's the individual that we're looking for. To the APC, that's the ruling party, but their majority. They have, in their own wisdom, zoned it to South-South. I cannot question it. And you should also understand that I will be biased in this matter because I'm from the South-South. And so, yes, I welcome the idea that it's been zoned to South-South. Could it have been zoned to Southeast? Yeah, it could have been zoned to Southeast. But this is what we have. It's been zoned to South-South. What matters to individual senators is their own conscience to vote. Because they don't have any vote. It is what they have is an opinion, but we have the votes. So we are the one who will vote for our own principal officers, and then we are looking at all of them, and we are making decisions as to who we should vote for. Like I said before, I'm very biased on this matter because I'm from the South-South, and so I'm looking at it very passionately from that angle. Only one candidate from South-South right now. There are not two. It's only one, and that's His Excellency Goodwill Akpabio. I represent the Edo South Senatorial District. What am I bringing? I'm bringing experience. I've worked in the National Assembly for about 7 years plus as the senior legislative aide to Senator Matthew Rogide. I'm very proud of it. And in working closely with him, I've come to understand the nuances. I've come to understand the in and outs of the Senate. Besides going to the floor to move motions for him, I've been involved in writing bills and motions as a senior legislative aide. So I'm coming from that point of view. I have an experience that I'm bringing on board. Beyond that, I also have the experience of constituency projects. We have 77 wards in Edo South Senatorial Districts, and there is no ward that cannot boast of at least 2 constituency projects in the tenure of the distinguished Senator Matthew Rogide. And in his tenure, I was a principal officer. I was a senior legislative aide. And so whatever decisions that were taken in citing these projects according to needs, I was instrumental to all of them. So I know how they got there, and I know the impact of these projects in the lives of these constituents. And because I already have that in my background, my challenge is to do it even better than distinguished Senator Matthew Rogide did. As of today, he is unarguably the best senator that we had in Edo South Senatorial District. So it's my goal to excel and do better than he did. Important because when we are elected, our principal constituent is our districts. And collectively, as senators from Edo State in the larger picture is our district. And so whatever we have to do in collaboration to make sure that Edo State is favored or has what belongs to it, what is supposed to come to it, and more, we will do. I'll support any bill by my brothers, Senator-elect, His Excellency Oshimole, Senator-elect Monday Akpabio, in a quest of making sure that Edo State is fully and adequately represented. Well, I'm Neda Imaseun. I'm a lawyer. I have practiced in the United States where I lived. I had worked for the World Bank through the CFA programs in Asaba. I also worked for the European Union as a state coordinator in Jigawa State. At a point too, I worked as one of the consultants with the Governors Forum at some point here in this country. And like I just said, I also have worked as a senior legislative aide in the Senate, where I got myself very much involved in the runnings and of a senatorial office and the work of a senator. So these are my background, and I also have some of my own life experiences. So I'm bringing everything I have to fore. It's a challenge, not just for me. I think it's a challenge for every senator. And I also believe it's a challenge to an executive who works in a bank or in any industry. But how you manage this time is what distinguishes you from some others. And yes, I will manage my time well to make sure that neither my family nor my calling, my responsibility as a senator suffers. Elect, we are not there yet. May 29th is still some time away. But my advice is to understand that when you become a president of a country, you have to put aside what you would have gone through during your campaigns. You should also understand that as the president of the country, the whole country is a constituency. Lifting the country together, moving the country forward, and doing all that you need to do to make sure that the ordinary man and woman is adequately taken care of, that you can ensure that there's food on the tables of Nigerians so that they don't go to bed hungry, to make sure that our infrastructure that seems to be comatose, as I see today, are all resuscitated, that our health facilities are all adequately taken care of. If you all remember, during the COVID-19 situations, we realized certainly that the medical situation in this country was actually inadequate, grossly inadequate. And one would have thought that, having learned from that we would have been in the path of making it better today. But that is not the case, as I see. And that's the reason why our doctors, nurses, and professionals are leaving this country in droves. So I just believe that my advice to the incoming president is to please look at these areas of this country and make sure that enough attention is paid to it, so we can at least stem the tide of our youths and professionals leaving the country.
Like we heard from our guest today, the person of distinguished Senator Neda Imaseun, he has assured the people of Edo State and Nigeria at large that the 10th Senate is going to be different from the one we are used to, because there are a lot of bills, a lot of impartation they are bringing on to make Nigeria a better one for you and I. And he also took our time to advise President-elect to make sure every Nigerian is being carried along with the tribal religion. Till I come here again, I remain host Joseph Uzuakondo. Bye for now.